Hello, you're welcome back to Layatine's channel. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Now we have 1,071. That is really impressive in less than 5 months, and I'm really grateful. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed and share with your friends. You're learning about the laws of Ghana here. Today we're going to talk about pranks and April Fool jokes. Can you be sued for April Fool jokes? Can you sue somebody and what will the court consider before they can grant you anything for someone who has actually pranked you and then has resulted in some damages? I mean, let me use a practical example of a case that happened. There is one Mrs. Wilkinson and one Mrs. Downton. So Mrs. Wilkinson was in her house. Then Mrs. Downton comes to Mrs. Wilkinson and says, you know what has happened? Your husband has told me to inform you that he has been engaged in an accident and he's in the hospital with both legs amputated. Now, Mrs. Wilkinson is shocked. And out of the shock, she becomes sick. She started vomiting and it resulted in a lot of sickness thereafter. Now, what happened? Mrs. Wilkinson said that, you know what, I cannot bear this cost alone. She goes to the court. Tells the court that, my lord, do you know what? This woman came to me and told me this, that. She calculated that I will actually get some shock. And I actually got some shock. But guess what? It has resulted in some kind of damages. Now I am unwell and I have to incur some costs in treating myself. And so I'm telling the court that please help me and give me compensation and damages for the harm that this woman has caused by her pranks or her jokes. The court agreed with her. At that moment, that thing had not happened before. But the courts agreed with her. And this was as far back as 1875. It is not a 2023 matter. 1875. The court was reasonable enough to say that, you know, if you had not done this, this would not have happened to Mrs. Wilkinson. So, hey, pay the damages and pay the cost of her treatment. Now, there's another case. Janvier and Sweeney. In that case, there was this maid servant. She was living in her boss's house. Now there are these people who came to the house and they wanted letters from her boss. And to get her to do that, they had to lie to her that, you know, we know your boyfriend. And we know that your boyfriend is part of, let's say, Boko Haram or Al Qaeda, something of the sort. And so if you don't give us the letters to read, we are going to report your boyfriend. And he'll receive all the punishment that there is that he has to receive. This lady was shocked. Shocked because, of course, she never thought her husband would be her boyfriend would be part of something like that. And that shock did not end there. It caused her some serious sicknesses that she had to incur a lot of money to treat herself. And the court, she actually went to the court and said, you know, these people lied to me. I realized on the latter day that they actually lied to me. And their lie was calculated that I will suffer some shock or something. And I have actually suffered that. And has even gone beyond that. And so please help me and get compensation for me. The court agreed. That is not the only case. There's a case where somebody called someone consistently, persistently, like 30 missed calls, 40 missed calls. And this caused some shock in the person. Like, why is this person calling me this much, right? And this persistent thing was actually calculated to cause something to the person who was receiving the calls. And yeah, the court agreed when the person showed that, oh, I have suffered some form of damages because of this. You know, I just want you to know that this is not a new thing. And in case you make a mistake and prank someone, April Fool, or prank someone on any other day, you can actually suffer to pay some compensation just because you did that. Because if a person shows that they actually suffered some damages, then you cannot go scot-free unless they don't complain. Let's just imagine a clear scenario of April Fool jokes in Ghana or other parts of the country. You call someone and say, your father is dead. Maybe the person is in Accra, working in Accra. The father is dead in maybe, say, Asinfosu or Kumasi. And the person leaves their job and travel all the way. And then in the middle of the journey, the person gets to know that it was actually a prank. But maybe the person had a contract that she was supposed to sign, or she has an employment opportunity that she was going for an interview. But then because of what you did, it actually causes some form of loss. I'm sure, and I'm very sure that this law would allow this person to apply to the court, and the person can get something from the court. And the examples may differ in different ways. So please, advise yourself. I know you do a lot of pranks and somebody will suffer. You put a snake in the road and somebody will be running helter skelter. You don't know when somebody will hit her head on something. Take note. If you do that and the person complains to the courts, you're actually going to pay for some damages. Yes, we'll end this here. If you have extra questions, please let me know in the comment section and then I'll answer you. If there's anything more, we will discuss it in another video. Until then, please take care of yourself and be good. Have a very, very good time. Bye.